Good morning everyone. Today topic is dispersal of seeds. The seed consists of an embryo and stored food material and a protective covering. An embryo is capable of growing a plant and stored food material furnishes it with supply of food for its growth in the period before it has become established. Most seeds are also provided with some means of dispersal. Without this, majority of seeds would fall under the parent plant, not be carried to a location for germination and growth. An embryo is capable of growing a plant and stored food material furnishes it with supply of food for its growth in the period before it has become established. Most seeds are also provided with some means of dispersal. Without this, majority of seeds would fall under the parent plant, not be carried to a location favorable for germination and growth. Dispersal by wind, either whole fruit or individual seeds are suited for the dispersal by the wind. Seeds that are thus disseminated and characteristically light. The means of adaptation to wind dispersal may be grouped under heading of minute seeds, flatted fruits, or seed, wing-like outgrowth and feathery appendages and so-called sensor mechanism. Minute seeds. The seeds are archy, small, and besides light, inflated outer coverings. Like seeds can be blown by the wind for great distances. Wings. In many cases, seeds and in others, fruits are flattened or winged. They may be both flattened or winged. This type of structures results in scattering of the seeds by wind. Fruits of Terminalia, ash, maple, Tragonomia, Pterocymbidium, Dipterocarpus, linden, etc. Feathery appendages. Seeds and fruits may have feathery appendages. Example, Asclepias and Vernonia, which greatly increase their buoyancy so that they frequently carried by the wind to considerable altitudes. The feathery appendages are very characteristics of the Asclepias and of the achenes and many composite. Commercial cotton consists of trichomes which grow from the epidermal cells of seed of cotton plant. These trichomes form a flossy mass round the seed. Sensor mechanism. The capsules of the many plants open in such a way that the seeds can only escape. The capsules are violently shaken as by a strong wind. This has a tendency to scatter the seeds. The seeds may, in addition to flat shape or have winged outgrowth, as in Aristolochia, and as likely to escape when there is a strong wind. They may be blown for considerable distances. Dispersal by water. Adaptation for dispersal by water occur in many seashore and aquatic plants. Either the whole fruit or the seed may be adapted for floating. The pericarp of fruit may be composed of light tissue. Example in Terminalia catappa. Or the fruit may be inflated. Example in Heritiera littoralis. The coconut is a excellent example of the fruit with a light pericarp. Floating seeds may likewise contain either a mass of light tissue of large 8 spaces Example in Entada scandens. In the lotus fruit, the torus greatly enlarged mass of loose air filled and readily floated, while the individual fruits also adapted for floating. Seeds are specially not fitted for floating, may occasionally float for short distance, or seeds that by themselves would not float be carried in floating debris. Dispersal by animals. Seeds that are adapted for dispersal by animals are disseminated in two general ways. In the case of fleshy fruits, a portion of fruit eaten by the animals, while any dry fruits added to the animals. Fleshy fruits generally adapted to eaten by the animals. Such fruits are usually constructed. Fleshy part may be eaten without injury to the seed. In many cases, seed coat is very hard. While in drupe, the seed coat is protected by the stony endocarp. Owing to this protection, a seed is protected by the stony endocarp. Owing to this protection, a seed may pass through the digestive tract of the animal without injury. Birds are particularly prominent in disseminating the seeds of fleshy fruits. Sometimes they eat the fleshy portion of the fruit and throw the seeds away, which lose them in one way and another leave them to grow. Adhesive fruits. Many dry fruits have hook-like appendages. Example in Cosmos, Bidens, Mimosa, Pudica, Triumfetta, etc., which are particularly fitted for grasping the hair of the animals. Animals which the fruits adhere and carry them about and thus distribute the seeds. In similar way, fruits may adhere to the clothing and thus be disseminated by the man. Fruits of Chinese forget-me-not adhere by sticky hook-like appendages. Feathery appendages usually capable of adhering to the fur as well as flying on the wind. Minute seeds. Many plants have minute seeds which are disseminated by being caught in mud that adhere to the feet or other parts of the animals or birds by explosive mechanism. Many fruits are so constructed that they explode when they ripe and scatter the seeds. This method of dispersal is very conspicuous in members of the bean family because the forces are due to stresses arising from the walls of the pod. The balsam has somewhat fleshy capsules. When these are disturbed by contact, the segments of pericarps roll up with considerable force and in such a way scatter the seeds. An unusual explosive mechanism is found in squatting cucumber in Ecaballium elatorium. Dehiscence of fruits. The dehiscence fruits rupture, liberate their seeds in several ways. Fruits of Portulaca and Celestia liberate their seeds through the transfer ruptures. Porous in poppy and lupha, Papaver somniferum, and Lupha actangula in India we can see angler god. But in Lupha, general Lupha, in north we can be seen there is no ridges, only pore at the stalk. When ruptures, the seeds break it open. In these fruits, seeds are liberated through the pores. Sativum and beans can be seen. These seeds are liberated through the suture walls. Means at ends fibers will be no. When we cut off, to both sides will be liberated. Locally sided in gas and Abelmoschus esculentum, lady's finger and cotton. The seeds are liberated through the locules. Septicidal. In linseed and mustard, these seeds are liberated through the septa or partition wall. Septifragal. In datura and other plants, the fruits ruptures laculicidally and throwing away from the fruit, leaving the seeds attached to the central axis.